President Xi has mentioned that in public forums. He has challenged the PLA to develop the capability to attack Taiwan at some point in time.
As the world witnesses an unprecedented arms race, China's military is strategically positioning itself to stay ahead of the formidable U.S. military in the naval domain.
And we, the United States, pay very, very close attention to what China is doing.
This pursuit is not merely a quest for dominance, but a calculated strategy woven into the fabric of China's broader geopolitical ambitions. It is evident that President Xi's dream of a Great Wall of Steel is something we will surely witness in the coming years.
China has more than 500 nuclear warheads in its arsenal as of May. That's 100 more than last year, and puts Beijing on pace to field more than 1,000 by 2030.
Today's episode will cover how China's military plans on staying ahead of the U.S. military in the naval zone. In response to the expanding might of China's Navy, the U.S. Air Force finds itself facing a daunting challenge: sinking well-defended warships. While striking maritime targets is nothing new for American pilots, China's military has meticulously fortified its air defenses over the years, presenting a real problem for the U.S. forces. As the waves of China's naval prowess rise, the U.S. Air Force faces a strategic chess match on the high seas, where each move could determine the balance of power.
This is the China Air Force. You're entering the Chinese airspace.
The escalating arms race between the two nations is not just a military concern. It's a strategic dance that demands a closer look at the intricacies of anti-ship warfare. China's meticulous approach to developing a robust air defense system poses a significant challenge for the U.S. Thickets of surface-to-air missiles adorn both land and warships, creating a formidable shield that the American forces must navigate. This wicked threat has elevated anti-ship warfare to a whole new level, with U.S. commanders acknowledging the gravity of the situation.
Is the U.S. Navy ready?
We're ready, yes.
And if China invades Taiwan, what will the U.S. Navy do?
It's a decision of the President of the United States and a decision of the Congress.
Imagine a high-stakes game where the playing field is the vastness of the Pacific, and the pieces are warships armed with a defense system that's nothing short of extraordinary. The U.S. Air Force must now decipher this strategic puzzle, not just sinking ships, but overcoming a complex matrix of defenses designed to keep potential adversaries at bay. China's naval strategy is not just about building a fleet, it's about controlling access to its territories. The surface-to-air missiles on its warships create an anti-access or area denial engagement zone, making it imperative for the U.S. to neutralize these threats before any potential conflict. General Kenneth Wilsbach points out the tactical significance during Speaker Pelosi's visit to Taiwan, highlighting the need to sink Chinese ships to break through the blockade. Picture the geopolitical chessboard, with Taiwan as the focal point. The U.S. Air Force faces the challenge of outmaneuvering a naval blockade orchestrated by China, a move that requires sinking their ships. The chess pieces are in place, and the game is on. The director of the China Aerospace Studies Institute, Brendan Mulvaney, unveils China's counter-intervention strategy. The focus is not on defeating the U.S. in pieces, but on keeping American forces out of the region. General Mark Kelly echoes the sentiment, labeling China's missile systems as wicked dangerous territory. The air defense network, coupled with electronic warfare capabilities, poses a multifaceted challenge that demands a strategic rethink from the U.S. Air Force. In a world where technology is the arbiter of power, China has crafted a lethal arsenal, turning the Pacific into a battleground for supremacy. Despite China's advancements, there's a chink in the armor: the inability of its current aircraft carriers to launch airborne early warning and control aircraft. This might present an opening for the U.S., an opportunity to exploit a weakness in China's naval air defense network. However, with China's newest carrier, Fujian, boasting an electromagnetic catapult, the strategic landscape could shift. In the vast expanse of the Pacific, a subtle weakness emerges in China's naval prowess, offering the U.S. a strategic window of opportunity. The game of cat and mouse continues, with each side vying for a position of advantage. The U.S. Air Force's history with maritime strike missions dates back to the early 1920s. However, the ebb and flow of attention to this mission have been influenced by evolving geopolitical landscapes. Recent milestones and exercises signal a renewed focus on maritime warfare. Major exercises like Green Flag West and Red Flag showcase a shift toward maritime surface warfare missions, emphasizing collaboration with naval forces.
The future of amphibious attack may consist of thousands of disaggregated manned and unmanned surveillance boats.
Imagine fighter jets streaking across the ocean, not just in aerial duels, but in a synchronized dance with naval forces, showcasing a newfound focus on maritime supremacy. The Air Force is not just flexing its muscles, it's undergoing a strategic recalibration to meet the challenges posed by an assertive China. The Air Force's adaptation goes beyond strategy. It's a technological metamorphosis. The quick-sync modification of the Joint Direct Attack Munition and the pursuit of new anti-ship missiles demonstrate a commitment to neutralizing maritime threats. The focus on overwater scenarios and the introduction of cutting-edge targeting systems underscores the evolving nature of warfare in the Pacific. In the race for naval dominance, the U.S. Air Force unveils its technological arsenal.
Also this morning, we are getting a look at the newest stealth bomber from the U.S. Air Force.
A testament to its commitment to staying ahead in the high-stakes game of maritime supremacy, the Air Force's vision extends beyond traditional warfare. General Kenneth Wilsbach emphasizes the concept of stacking effects, a symphony of cyber, space, air, surface, and subsurface components converging to overwhelm the enemy. The dynamic environment of the Pacific demands synchronization across domains. In this intricate ballet of warfare, where every element must harmonize, the U.S. Air Force is orchestrating a future where the effects on the target are not just potent but simultaneous. Picture a futuristic battlefield where the clash of titans is not just about firepower, but about a meticulously choreographed symphony of effects, each element adding to the crescendo of maritime supremacy. In the race for naval supremacy, China's strategy to maintain a competitive edge over the U.S. military hinges on a multifaceted approach that blends technological prowess, strategic acumen, and forward-thinking naval deployments. Technologically, China has demonstrated a commitment to innovation, investing heavily in the development of cutting-edge naval technologies, such as advanced missile systems, electromagnetic catapults, and sophisticated air defense networks. By staying at the forefront of technological advancements,
2 U.S. Navy sailors are accused of betrayal, charged with sending national defense secrets to China.
China aims to not only match but surpass the capabilities of the U.S. Navy, ensuring a formidable deterrent against potential adversaries. Strategic naval deployments play a pivotal role in China's bid to stay ahead. The nation has expanded its naval presence in key geopolitical regions, securing access to critical maritime routes and establishing a robust network of military bases. Through this global positioning, China seeks to assert influence and project power, ensuring its naval forces can respond rapidly to emerging threats. Additionally, China's emphasis on integrated joint operations, combining air, sea, and land forces, reflects a nuanced understanding of modern warfare dynamics. By adopting a holistic and adaptable approach, China positions itself to outmaneuver potential challengers, solidifying its status as a maritime powerhouse in the 21st century. As the U.S. Air Force steels itself for the challenges posed by China's naval expansion, the narrative is one of complexity, adaptation, and technological prowess. The Pacific is not just a theater of war, it's a canvas where the nuances of anti-ship warfare are painted with strategic finesse. The waves of change are inevitable, and the U.S. Air Force must navigate them with precision to stay afloat in the ever-shifting tides of global power dynamics. In the grand narrative of global power, the Pacific emerges as the battleground for a strategic dance between two military giants. With much about how China's military plans on staying ahead of the U.S. military in the naval zone covered, it is time to wrap this one up.